We take great pride in keeping you ahead on all the big political stories of the day, and that's why a news break by India Today 36 hours ago was confirmed today when Priyanka Gandhi Vadra on the poll trail in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh announced that 40% of the MLA tickets that will be distributed by the Congress party for the upcoming election will be given to women. The grand old party is in a fight for its survival in India's most crucial poll-bound state, and she has promised now that 40% of tickets will go to women in the upcoming election from the Congress's side. Will this be a game changer, or will it be another political dud for a party that's fighting for its very survival?
आने वाले विधानसभा चुनाव में उत्तर प्रदेश में कांग्रेस पार्टी 40% टिकट महिलाओं को देगी.
It's the first big move of the Priyanka Congress. And as always, it was India Today that sniffed it out a full 24 hours before the words left Priyanka Gandhi's mouth. 40% of Congress tickets for the upcoming assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh will be given to women. A big play from a Gandhi in whose hands the Congress's existential battle in UP has been placed.
मैं आपसे कहना चाहती हूँ, राजनीति में आओ, मुझसे कंधा से कंधा मिलाओ.
The announcement doesn't just amount to a declaration of war to save the Congress party from a total wipeout in Uttar Pradesh, but is also a challenge to other parties, which have mostly dithered over reserving opportunities for women in politics. If nothing else, Priyanka has set the agenda on Mission Mahila.
ये निर्णय उत्तर प्रदेश की हर एक महिला के लिए है, जो बदलाव चाहती है, जो न्याय चाहती है.
The question, of course, is, will this be a game changer or another political dud by a party fighting for life in India's most politically crucial state? The uncertainty of the battle plan evident in Priyanka refusing to answer questions over whether she'll contest and be a chief ministerial candidate.
एक इनकलाब आया है जो कभी नहीं समझता होगा कि मुझे ये मौका मिल सकता है, मुझे भी ये अधिकार मिल सकता है, उसको ये अधिकार मिलेगा. आज ये इनकलाबी कदम लिया गया है. अब जब भी इनकलाब आता है तो उथल पुथल होती है और उसमें टूट फूट होती है, उसके बाद नया निर्माण होता है.
एक बात समझना चाहिए कि ये जो परिवार के घोंसले और पप्पू के चोचलों में सिमटी और सिकुड़ी हुई पार्टी है, उसको एक बात समझना चाहिए कि इस तरह की ठिठोलियों से, इस तरह के जो है पॉलिटिकल रंगोलियों से जो है वो उत्तर प्रदेश के लोगों को प्रभावित नहीं कर सकते.
Of course, this is a story way above just politics. So let's show you some hard data that could be the basis for Priyanka's massive Mahila pitch. Election Commission data shows the gap between men and women voter numbers is narrowing in places where fewer women used to venture out earlier to vote. In Uttar Pradesh, for instance, 40% more men voted than women in the 2007 assembly elections. The gap halved to just 20% in 2012 and further came down to a mere 11% in 2017. Tuesday's political pledge by Priyanka is the latest in what's been a non-stop year of lighting up the poll-bound battlefield. From sweeping her rest house to hugging the families of the Lakhimpur victims to the Durga Stuti from stage.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्ति रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः.
Priyanka has played a major hand and will now be hoping it pays the Congress back in rich dividends. Bureau Report, India Today.
And confirming India Today's news break from 36 hours ago, Priyanka Gandhi spoke first and exclusively to India Today's Samarth Srivastav after the big announcement in Lucknow.
महिलाओं की जो आपने आज 40% की बात करी है, क्या लिस्ट पूरी तैयार हो गई है? अभी उस पर काम चल रहा है?
अभी तो मैंने आवेदन मांगे हैं और जो भी देख रहा है, अगर आप कहीं समाज सेवा कर रही हैं या कुछ आप करना चाहती हैं पॉलिटिक्स में, अपना आवेदन भेजिए. अभी प्रोसेस हमने एक खोला है. जो बाकी आवेदन थे काफ़ी आ गए हैं, लेकिन जो महिलाओं के लिए स्पेशल वाला जो प्रोसेस खोला है वो अभी खोला है और ये 15 नवंबर तक चलेगा. आवेदन भेजिए, इसका पूरा हम उसी के बाद डिसाइड करेंगे.
आपने महिला मीडिया कर्मियों की बात करी है आज?
आपकी कॉलीग्स हैं, लड़ना चाहती हैं तो कहिए उनको, क्यों नहीं, सबको लड़ना चाहिए। ये पॉलिटिक्स को इस तरह से देखना ना कि ये किसी और का काम है, किसी और का काम नहीं है, ये जनता का काम है। ये जनता का काम है, आपको घुसना है पॉलिटिक्स में, आपको बदलाव लाना है और आपको खुद की लड़ाई अपने आप लड़नी है।
देखिए, यूपी की राजनीति की बात हो रही है तो हर कोई देखना चाहता है, पहले कांग्रेस के लोगों की आप यहाँ से लड़ें या फिर बात चलती सीएम फेस की। आपने कुछ सोचा इन सब चीजों के बारे में?
सोच रहे हैं, चर्चा हो रही है, आस्ते आस्ते निर्णय लेंगे, देखेंगे जैसी चीज प्रोग्रेस होगी तो देखते हैं क्या होगा।
महिलाओं की बात हो रही है, क्या सीएम फेस आने वाले वक्त में कांग्रेस पार्टी की तरफ से, आप हो या कोई और हो, क्या महिला हो सकती है?
हो सकती है, क्यों नहीं हो सकती,
महिलाओं में
क्यों नहीं हो सकती, कुछ भी हो सकता है।
प्रियंका जी, आपको पता है कि यूपी की डगर इतनी आसान नहीं होने वाली कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए, बिल्कुल भी। आप लगी हैं, सारी बातें सही हैं, गठबंधन एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होता है। क्या कुछ प्लानिंग करी आप लोगों ने, किसी बड़ी पार्टी छोटी पार्टी?
अब महिला के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं, लेकिन उसको गोल गोल घुमा के सब कुछ पूछ रहे हैं।
महिलाओं पर ही आ रहा हूँ।
अच्छा, बताइए, क्या
कोई महिला, कोई पार्टी, कोई बड़ा चेहरा महिला से है किसी और अन्य पार्टी का जो कांग्रेस में आ सकता है?
अच्छा, ऐसे आगे आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है।
In Uttar Pradesh in 2012, the number of men voters was 40% more than women, and now it's only 11% more. So there could be a good reason for this big Mahila mantra by Priyanka Gandhi. But will it work for the Congress party is the big question. Now, according to the India Today Axis My India post-poll study, in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, 52% of women in UP voted for the BJP alliance, 37% of women voted for the Mahagathbandhan, and a measly 6% voted for the Congress party. The big question then is, in these upcoming elections in Uttar Pradesh, will the Congress's decision to have 40% women candidates translate into actual votes? And remember, this is a Congress party that is literally fighting to survive a wipeout in UP. Will the UP 2022 Assembly election outcome be decided by how women voters cast their vote? Because that's what Priyanka Gandhi is really hoping for. According to the India Today Access My India study, there's been a significant rise in the number of women voters turning up at polling booths and exercising their fight to vote. In the 2007 Assembly polls, 3% women voters cast their vote. The same election which saw Mayawati's BSP storm to power. Cut to 2012, 5 years later, over 4% women voters voted in the polls. In that election, Akhilesh Yadav's Samajwadi Party had returned to power. 5 years later, women voters' turnout increased to just 4.6%. Not a great deal more, but it remains to be seen who this will actually benefit. But now, on the back of Priyanka Gandhi's big mission Mahila, she's made the promise. There's a lot of lip service by parties, but she has at least said 40% will go to women ticket holders and candidates. Well, after Priyanka Gandhi's Mahila mantra move, here are the questions that we're asking on India Today. Has Priyanka Gandhi set the agenda on politics for women in this country? Has Priyanka's 40% women's quota put the onus on other parties who've so far not really, belled the cat on this issue? Can Priyanka's Mahila mantra save the Congress from a wipeout in Uttar Pradesh? Is this a big gambit that could somehow turn the tables for the Congress party? Why did Priyanka dodge a particular query on whether she will contest the elections? As a woman, she could have taken that question head on and said, 40% for women, and I'll be the face of it. Priyanka's dodging of the query that we asked her about whether she will be the chief ministerial face, does that indicate some kind of lack of clarity or commitment on this particular issue, or does it really just mean that this entire battle plan by the Congress is a work in progress, which is totally okay? 3 women leaders from the 3 big parties in Uttar Pradesh join me live right now. We have Radhika Khera of the Congress party, to which Priyanka Gandhi belongs, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, and Juhi Singh of the Samajwadi Party. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being with me. Radhika ji, to you first. We've heard for years and years about leaders, paying lip service to women's representation in politics. Do you believe, we've heard some non-committal remarks from some of the other parties. The BJP has said that this is, this is a desperate move. But has Priyanka Gandhi, in the Congress's view, sort of set the agenda as far as commitment to women in politics is concerned? Is that what the Congress believes has happened here?
See, if you look at the history of the Congress party, we gave the country the first prime minister, first woman prime minister to the country. We gave the first woman speaker to the country. We gave the first women's president to the country. Our party president is also a woman. But what has the BJP done? They have what you call prachand bahumat, or ऐसी बहुमत जो आज तक हमने देखी नहीं है. And still, yet they can come and talk about beti bachao, beti padhao. But what happened to the women representation bill in parliament? What is stopping them for the past 7 years from passing that bill? They have come up with every goddamn bill possible, and they have done everything possible, against the wishes of the opposition. They have stalled parliament. They have brought in, parliamentarians have been dragged out of parliament for passing bills which are not for जनता के काम के bill नहीं है. But yet there is something that is stopping the BJP from passing the women representation bill. So it is clear that they do not care about whether women get equal representation in running the country or not. And महिला विरोधी तो वो शुरू से है. Whether it is the RSS ideology or now the current BJP ideology. And Congress is very clear. We are very clear. We want women to come forward because we believe that women will bring a change and मजबूती भी लेकर आएंगी और देश को आगे बढ़ाने महिलाओं का हम आधी आबादी हैं और हमें हमारा पूरा हक कांग्रेस पार्टी ही दिलाती है.
Okay, so Radhika's answer has been very pointedly at your party, Charu. Would you like to respond to that? The Congress says that putting women on the front lines of politics has been a legacy of the Congress, and this has merely taken that entire legacy forward, courtesy Priyanka Gandhi. And so she basically says it does put the onus on other parties which have only, she says, paid lip service as far as women's representation is concerned. Charu.
Shiv, being a woman in politics myself, I am always applauding and encouraging any woman who wants to foray into this difficult field, which has been considered a man's bastion till now. But the fact remains is that whatever Congress announces today, and like I said, I welcome that announcement, their announcements are limited to poster play. And I want to ask, will these tickets be given out only to granddaughters of Indira Gandhi ji, or are they for normal people as well? Because up till now, the way Congress has conducted its politics in Uttar Pradesh or anywhere else in the country has been centered around this culture of elitism, around being a VIP, without having to earn your place and position, whether in the party or anywhere else. Because, we see that somebody enters, the grand entrant is suddenly made a national general secretary. The entry is talked a lot about, but what is the effect on ground? Is Mrs. Gandhi, Vadra, planning to contest herself? That's also
I'll
a
come
question
to that
I
point.
want to ask. But Shiv, let me just wrap up by saying that Bharatiya Janata Party has basically honestly been paving the way for normal women to lead better lives. Right now, we have a record number of women parliamentarians. Most of them are from my party. I'm very proud to say that. So they are there from my party because we gave them those tickets. We have an internal reservation in our party since a very long time. Which other party can boast of this? Right now, we've got cabinet ministers who've sat on the most powerful portfolios who are women, and that's been a first for India, and I'm very proud of it. But instead of getting into a tutu meme today about which party is doing what, we should be focusing at ground level about improving lives of women.
Basically,
large, not just focusing on
basically
VIP
what
women.
Charu is saying that is that this is cosmetic. This doesn't. It's not a substantive move, and it remains to be seen. I don't want to go into who's going to get those tickets. That will only be seen during ticket distribution. Since you said something directly back to Radhika Juhi, with your permission, I will just get Radhika to quickly respond and then come to you. Yeah, go ahead, Radhika.
Charu is a dear friend, but irony just died a million deaths when she's talking about will daughters of leaders get a ticket or not. Charu, you yourself are the daughter of a very big leader from Uttar Pradesh. So you talking about these things.
I'm earning my way up. I'm
Let me. So everybody's earning their way out. You're not the. Sorry, Charu, I did not interrupt. Charu. If you have earned your way out, everybody is earning their way out. Everybody is being. Charu, everybody is working hard. You are not the only person working hard. So pointing fingers कि सिर्फ इनकी बेटियों को मिलेगी, वो कहते हैं ना आईना खरीद के खुद पहले स्वयं को उसमें देखिए फिर दूसरों के घर पे पत्थर मारिए. Now coming back to what you said, this is a mere lip service. It is not mere lip service. We have again and again, like I said, we are the only party who has given. Does BJP have? I am saying this on national TV. It's a challenge. Will Modi ji leave his seat and let some woman leader come and take place and be the prime minister of the country? No. We saw what you did when Sushma Swaraj ji was told, and If you remember, I was on a debate with you on Shiv when Sushma ji was told when she was alive, and not one BJP leader came out in support of her. This is how they treat their own women leaders. So I don't need to talk about you. People don't even do lip service. At least we come out in the open and we give tickets. And I am a product sitting here in front of you, Charu, with no political background, contested from Delhi. And the Congress party was the only party in Delhi who gave maximum tickets to women. But
Charu, I'll bring you in.
Of a very senior leader.
I like you, like the both of you. I don't want this to descend into a tutu meme on on
no,
the
not
personal.
at all. And Shiv, I understand Juhi ji needs to speak. And on this debate, let me just point out the fact that both Juhi ji and Radhika are very dear friends of mine. So though we might have differences in ideologies, we unite on certain issues. But I want to
and I'm also glad that Charu said she welcomes what Priyanka has said. That's a good thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I never mince my words.
Yeah.
But then, didn't Radhika want to say something about an absconding Karan Morwal? Didn't Radhika want to say something about that poor lady in IT cell who went complaining pillar to pillar about sexual harassment in their own party?
There are many different issues. Okay, I appreciate Charu that you want to mention.
Officials cannot be sexually abusing other party workers, and that cannot change.
I will.
Not at all.
One second, Radhika, one second. Before you respond, Juhi Singh has been very patient. Just one second. Let me bring Juhi in. Then we can, if we have time, we'll go into all these other things. Someone mentioned about Priyanka not answering some of the questions on whether she will contest, whether she will be the chief minister. So we'll go into all that. But Juhi Singh, do you overall, not getting into the fight, and I know all three of you, and I know all three of you work very hard to be where you are today, and I'm not going to cast aspersions on legacy and this, that and the other. I know how hard it is for people to work, and I know how 10 times more hard it probably is for women in politics. Having not been, even familiar with politics, I know how hard it is. But Juhi Singh, do you at the outset welcome what Priyanka Gandhi has done? Has it, has this announcement in some ways also embarrassed other parties? Because this is a concrete stance that has been taken. She has said 40%. She has not just said, hum mahilaon ke liye kaam karenge. She's not said that. She has said, here is the number. This is how much we will reserve for women.
Shiv, I think all of us are supporting the fact that more women should come into politics, more women should fight elections. That's the major challenge, getting tickets, winning them. But it's up to Priyanka ji, because she's put a percentage. How many seats is Congress going to fight in UP? That's also for her to decide. I mean, she's in charge of UP. No question marks there. But why should anybody even quarrel on this fact that more women should come into politics? 40%, 50%. I think she's still said in an interview to you or someone from your channel that she's inviting applications, especially from women, and has thrown an open forum on that. So let Congress get those applications, let them decide for that. We've already closed our application processes and we are deciding. And most important, all of us are good friends here, that women representing, women being ministers, women should not be symbolic. That's important. Just putting somebody in a position of power, and then I don't know why people keep quiet. Various parties. It's happened on women's issues, on various rapes, on cases of crime against women. That's where it matters. So in our organization, we have two parallel women organizations, a national one and a state one. We are fulfilling those numbers and appointing people. So all the best to every woman.
No, I think it's very healthy that both Charu and Juhi have said that it's very welcome. What has been announced has been very welcome. But there are important political caveats. One of the caveats is, as Juhi Singh just said, Radhika, that these things should not be symbolic. They should be substantive. They should be meaningful. They should go into the heart of political life. And that brings me to my question over why Priyanka Gandhi, appeared to sort of dodge the question over whether she will contest or, forget about the chief minister's face. That I can imagine is still a work in progress. But whether she will contest, Radhika, surely today should have been the forum, on the day when she's making this big announcement as far as 40% women is concerned. Today could have been the day when she says, I am also a Mahila, I will also be there among these fighters. That gave an impression of uncertainty and lack of clarity on this.
Shiv, Priyanka ji is the General Secretary in charge of Uttar Pradesh, and as in charge of a state, she is there with the women or men, everyone. She's there with every worker, every leader, fighting with everyone to bring Congress into power, and to bring Congress into power not just in Uttar Pradesh but everywhere. But saying that, I don't think that, I'm sure Charu or Juhi ji, in every party, a general secretary in charge or a secretary in charge goes to the state and works. The question of whether she will contest from there or not does not arise at all. I mean, she is in charge of a state. She came and did a press conference. She came and told the country that we are going to give 40% tickets to women candidates. Now, where does the question of her contesting or not contesting come in this? As an in charge, she is doing her duty to strengthen the organization, and that is
But you're falling back on technicalities now.
Even
Radhika, you're falling back on technicalities now. You're falling back on technicalities at a time when the Congress is fighting an existential battle. This is not a criticism. This is from a journalist who sees that there is a great amount of hope being placed on Priyanka Gandhi in Uttar Pradesh, and therefore you can't hide behind technicalities like she's a general secretary, she's got a job to do. Surely your karyakartas are hoping that she will be the big Durga Shakti force for the Congress in Uttar Pradesh.
She is a Durga Shakti force for the Congress party. But Shiv, let me also remind you, there will be an editor output and an editor input in your channel also.
Yeah.
They will not go down as a reporter and start working.
But she certainly is not the editor output, madam.
And she is the general secretary. Sir, she is the general secretary of a state and in charge. Where does the question of her going to contest from a seat in Uttar Pradesh come? I mean, if she wants to contest, I am sure she's more than welcome to. That is completely her choice. But right now, it is very simple, plain and clear. She is the general secretary in charge of Uttar Pradesh, and she put forward the roadmap of the party as to how we are going to go into election mode. That we are very clear that we are going to give 40% representation to women, and that has clearly rattled the opposition, rattled the parties in power in every party in Uttar Pradesh.
Charu, is the BJP rattled by Priyanka? I'm not asking this in a tongue-in-cheek way. Genuinely, because the proposal is that this could be some kind of a big game changer. Priyanka has said that Mahila Shakti will defeat politics of hatred, etc. So is the BJP rattled by Priyanka Gandhi's Mahila war cry?
Shiv, first I want to point out that Radhika had no answer about Karan Morwala or any other sexual abuse cases that go on right under their noses within their party cadres. So maybe Priyanka ji should take a look at that as well. That being said, I've actually been looking forward to Priyanka ji contesting 2017, 2019, 2022. Well, since she calls herself the grand empress of Indian politics, isn't it high time she takes the lead? You can only test political waters once you try swimming in it. It's very, very easy to stay on the sidelines and say, I'm a grand leader. Well, lead from the front, why don't you? But like I've been saying all along, and I'm going to repeat myself, Congress is really good at posturing, and I'm afraid even this is going to be a little bit more of the same. See, they are very selective even in their outrage. So if a crime is committed in a BJP-ruled states, they're all outraged. They've got a lot to say. But if it happens in Rajasthan, as has been happening in recent times, nobody, none of them have anything to say. Priyanka ji again is leading from the front here, not on the electoral front. So these issues need to be ironed out. Sexual harassment has to be addressed before you talk about handing out tickets. And if you want to look at the numbers and you want to look at the way women have been encouraged, like I said, this is our parliament which has had maximum women participation, and the largest
what is stopping from the 40% reservation bill then?
Okay. Yeah, no, that will be my final question. I'll come to that.
Reservation bill, Charu.
I'll just come to that. Charu, just hold on to that thought for a minute. I want to finish on this particular, on the issue of Priyanka Gandhi not answering that question on whether she will contest. Juhi Singh, how do you see that? You live and function out of Lucknow. Yes. You've seen, how leadership changes and how things move in Uttar Pradesh. What did you think of Priyanka Gandhi being, a little iffy, dodging the question over whether she will contest? Do you think that was the right thing, or should she have been clear about it?
Shiv, that's irrelevant. So Samajwadi Party has done a body of work for women, and I thought that elections were fought on promises and also work which we have done and fulfilled, whether it's 1090, it's Samajwadi pension to 55 lakhs women, it's also the declaration of whether an officer has taken dowry, that's 2014 we passed that, it's also distribution of cycles, it's also Kanya Vidya Dhan, so also the schemes which we have got for women specifically on the ground. Priyanka Gandhi, whether she wants to, she's not new to politics. I think she's campaigned here before for a long time. So it's really up to her.
No, also Juhi Singh, also the reason I'm asking you. The reason I'm asking you is because even during the 2019 Lok Sabha election campaign, this same kind of iffiness was there in Priyanka. We saw storms of journalists go and say, will you be fighting from Varanasi? Then she sort of, there were some mind games with the journalists where she said, should I fight, shouldn't I fight? And then it was finally decided that she wouldn't fight. So, the impression that goes out on a day like this is that there is 100% clarity nahi hai on this issue.
So Shiv, we have all worked for our politics. I think the three of us here, we work hard. Some people have politics given to them, but there's no harm in that. I have nothing against that. But she can she has the luxury to have that iffiness. We don't, and the Samajwadi Party is going to fight on the 400
important point.
States. Yes.
No, you make a very important point. I'm glad you said that. Radhika, final word I'll give to you. Juhi Singh, not very tongue-in-cheek, says that people like her have the luxury of, don't have the luxury of iffiness, but Priyanka Gandhi, being who she is, has the luxury of this lack of clarity until it's too late.
Well, to each her own here. Shiv, I will repeat. And whether it's the Samajwadi Party or our BJP spokesperson sitting over here, they cannot talk about things being handed to them on a platter or not. We've seen Akhilesh Yadav ji also has everything handed to him on a platter. But coming back to that, Priyanka ji is working very hard, and we have seen how the BJP is rattled, whether it was last year in the Hathras rape case or right now in the Lakhimpur case. We saw how the BJP went crazy and they did not let her. One woman has rattled the entire BJP, whether it is Yogi Adityanath or the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and the Home Minister Shri Amit Shah. Nobody, we saw how scared they were. They did not let a single woman with 3 people go and meet those people. So it is absolutely clear.
Only 20 seconds left. Charu, quick response. I have to wrap. 20 seconds. No more than that.
The rattleness is more like amusedness. That's what I want to say. And then since she's so clear that she's rattling the world, I encourage her, in fact, request her, please contest these elections. I am not going to be watching anyone else as much as I will be watching Mrs. Gandhi Vadra.
Okay. Well, she certainly is going to be one of the most prominent, most visible players in the UP political landscape. We'll be looking out for what her next big hand is, as we will of each and every other party. We don't take sides here on India Today. We will be covering the state of war, Uttar Pradesh, with no bias, no prejudice, and we will be breaking every big development as we always do. Thank you very much, Juhi, Charu and Radhika. Pleasure, ladies. Thank you very much for being with me.